Hello, darlings, and welcome to Digimon Ghost Gaze. This is a podcast where we're cleaning up some space junk. Where we're taking a look at all the shit SpaceX put in the sky, and we're saying, "Fuck that." Fuck you, Elon Musk. Anyway, I'm Emery. My pronouns are he, she, they.
It's also a bug episode.
So bug episode.
I'm Morg. My pronouns are they, he.
I'm Elvire. My pronouns are she, they. And I also love scientifically accurate sci-fi movies.
I don't know how scientifically accurate,
This was so scientifically accurate. I believe it 100%. That's how it works.
Yeah.
You mean Digimon that become bug?
And just, if you shoot something into the atmosphere, it will explode, and only one piece of debris will fall down.
Yeah.
And that won't kill anyone.
Yeah.
They got a team of physicists working on this episode, like fucking Interstellar.
This is what they did in their hiatus. They talked to scientists, and it paid off.
In their hiatus, they did seem to have, maybe spent a little extra time animating this episode or something.
Yeah.
Because there's very interesting, very cool, fluid animation in this episode.
Yeah, the animation is very good. I don't know, though, because, I know the production process for an episode of anime is, a lot longer than a week.
That would make sense.
I don't know, but, this episode was probably already, either finished or very close to finished when the hiatus started, although, I guess hypothetically they could have gone back and smoothed some things out over the hiatus, but I don't even know.
Nah, it was probably whoever was making it was let's fucking go. I love bugs. I'm gonna put so much time into this.
My guess would be just it is just probably just the director and whatever animation team they had working,
Being fuck yeah, bugs. Get out the good renders.
Exactly. All right. So we start with the cold open, and we see a little French fry guy who we've seen before.
Really?
I forget the name of this guy, but
Wait, how do you notice these things?
I didn't even realize it on my first watch through. That's why I watched them twice.
I watched it twice, and I'm still who is this?
Remember way back in episode 11 when we just see, the Digimon meeting up for the first time?
Mm-hmm.
And
oh, yeah.
Just, in the background of that scene, there's a couple of these little wedge fry guys running around. I don't remember their name.
Yeah, but they're, good, except this one's maybe a little fucked up.
How do you remember this?
Listen, Digimon is my hyperfixation. That's how I remember.
You know what, valid. Fair enough.
So true. I'm sure I would notice if it was something else. Like Pokemon or something.
Maybe if I binged it every time.
It's because I have brain rot, you see.
But it's cool brain rot.
And that's very valid of you, and it really adds to this podcast. We couldn't do this without you.
Thank you.
It's cool brain rot.
So this little potato is attacking a guy. He's looking very fucked up and sickoed, and there's a guy who's just I don't know, alone at night. I totally forget what he was doing, if anything.
It looked like he was closing up something.
Yeah, makes sense.
Anyone who's ever done a closing shift has feared this exact scenario of a creepy little dude just hissing at you.
Hissing and chittering and making cool noises.
And doing the little bug movements. I would be terrified, but I would also be who's this little guy? Who's this little boy?
Yeah, so then Clockmon comes and does a chrono breaker on the little French fry before it can kill this man. So he's just Batmaning around, and yeah, it looks like, that sort of knocks the Digimon out, and so Clockmon, sort of picks him up and is like, okay, seems like Clockmon is Batman now.
Honestly, though,
I'm thinking about it.
He's cooler, though, because he's not rich.
Yeah.
He's not rich, and he has a cool actual superpower that isn't just money.
Hey, Clockmon is really good in this episode. He kind of kicks ass.
I love him.
I never would have expected this from the first episode, but I'm really glad that this is where we're going with him.
Exactly.
He just likes to hit things with his hammer. That's basically his character, I think, because I can't get how he went from being completely insane to being like, I'm gonna protect humans.
He ate too much. He got fucked up.
He saw Gammamon and he said, you know what? I don't want to be on his bad side, though.
He saw Gammamon, and he also fucked too much with Hero and almost got, destroyed. So,
Yeah. Well, guess I'll have a redemption arc now.
I love how fucking defeat means friendship ass.
Yeah, good shit.
Digimon, Clockmon entering the human world, I'm not here to make friends. And Hero just wakes up in the middle of the night ooh, I sense a challenge.
Challenge accepted.
Speaking of being up in the middle of the night, we cut to Kiyoshiro's room, and, he's just working on some stuff on his 7 computer monitors. And then he hears Jellymon come into the room and says, oh, hey, Jellymon. And Jellymon's eyes are glowing, and she's crawling on the ceiling like a bug and making weird hissing noises. And,
This seems on par.
Do you think Jellymon is acting a little weird, or is this normal for her?
See, that's the thing. As at first I was like, she's just being weird. I mean, obviously I knew something was up because that's what this fucking show is.
Yeah.
But then it's like, she's not just laughing; she's chittering also. That's a little different.
The fact that Kyoshiro immediately gets scared, to me, could mean 2 things. 1, this is something Jellymon would never do. 2, Jellymon does things like this all the fucking time, and Kyoshiro falls for it every single time.
Yeah.
It's definitely the second one.
I think that Jellymon does regularly just show up in Kiyoshiro's room and act possessed and try to kill him. But and just this one time it happens to be that she's actually got a weird bug disease.
She does have some antenna, so it's pretty obvious that something's wrong. And her eyes are glowing. It's not just her act.
We don't know how far she would go. We don't know.
True.
I just love that this could be a Digimon who acquired Wolf, except it's against Kyoshiro, and he would never, ever assume something funny is happening. It's always ghosts in his head.
Yeah, Kyoshiro always thinks there's a wolf. It's safer if you're always prepared and always anxious and freaking out.
He's so right. He's not right about a lot of things, but for that, I gotta give him props. That's how my brain reacts too.
And his brain says, ooh, danger, get Hero.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He run out the door. Jellymon fucking scrambling behind him on the ceiling.
First thing he does is run straight to his bro's room.
He's gotta.
He's like, I'm not gonna get haunted alone, okay?
He was like, what the fuck? Why'd you wake me up now? And then, he sees Jellymon freaking out, and he's like, oh, okay, this isn't normal.
Yeah, so Gammamon also notices that Jellymon is actually is acting weird, and then Jellymon tries to attack them. Gammamon knocks her out of the way, and then Jellymon sort of retreats and crawls backwards into the wall, like Homer Simpson in the bushes.
True.
I don't know if this is my brain, but Jellymon attacks, Gammamon fights her off, and then he says, there's something off about her. And my mind immediately went, Gammamon and Empath. The way that Zuko, in his fight with his sister, said, I don't know, there's something off about her, I can tell.
Gammamon is an empath. So true.
Gammamon is an empath, yeah.
That's why he vibe checks. But
oh yeah. Yeah, obviously.
But yeah, she just like Homer Simpson's out the not yeah. Yep. That was the right character.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, you were right.
I was right. And then does it cut to like the next day where they're talking to Clockmon?
Yeah.
Yeah, now they're talking to Clockmon.
And Clockmon's like, fuck, I guess this is happening to you guys too. There's just like something in the air making the Digimon freak out more than usual, even just the ones that are like trying to chill and be cool in the human world. Oops. I was gonna ask you for help, but you got your own problems. Also, like, don't let this motherfucker get bugified either. He's pointing to Gammamon, I think.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oops. Spoilers, it happened.
Yeah, and they're sort of wondering why everyone is acting like bugs and growing antennae, and why the activity is only happening at night. Hiro speculates that it might be, is it because, like, a lot of bugs are nocturnal only? And yeah, that turns out to be not the case.
That's what all the teens are doing these days.
Yeah. Go out at night and turn into bug.
Mm-hmm.
It's bug o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Bug o'clock. God, I wish it were bug o'clock.
Anyway,
I think the next scene is already Kyoshiro trying to bribe Gammamon into protecting him.
Yeah.
Once again, if this were just Jellymon being a freak, then this would be an incredible protection racket.
I know. I like the idea of Gammamon and Jellymon just like being in cahoots, being like, I'll fuck with you, Shiro, and you get chocolate out of it, and it's good.
Exactly.
That is
He gives him a whole stack of like chocolate, and he's like praying to him. He's like, "Please, Gammamon, help me! I beg of you." Gammamon fucking eats all of it.
Good shit.
Hiro asks for help right here, and they're like starting to get like they're like very purposely the two of the humans are distracted. This is important.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and Gammamon asks for I think it was the
encyclopedia.
Oh, thank you so much. I forgot how to pronounce that.
I mean, it was like an iPad. Like, he called it an encyclopedia, but it's definitely some kind of electronic.
But I get his thought process. This thing knows everything.
So true.
Yeah. And then Hiro learns the dangers of letting your children have too much screen time.
Mm-hmm.
Gammamon. So there's some red sort of particle effects coming up from the tablet screen, and Gammamon sort of inhales some of it, and then he turns bug mode,
and he fights.
He has his bug mode. They all have different bug modes. And he's got his little wings come out and sound like bug flittering and stuff.
Yeah, instead of just doing normal flappies, they do they flap much faster like an insect swings. And this is where the animation really kicks up.
Yeah.
Because Gammamon tries to rip out Hiro's jugular.
He just keeps chomping, and it looks really good, especially just the way he's just trying to bite him, and the way that Kirishiro is like going to the door and stuff. Like, that's all.
It was so good.
Yeah. It's very tactile. It makes you go, oh no, what if a little guy was trying to kill you?
Yeah, it was really good. But then we get someone in the distance yelling, "Is that a fight? I'm calling the dorm leader," and I have to pause and laugh very loud.
Yeah, because Kyoshiro's already in the fucking room. It's good. And oh yeah, and just before that, I want to call out the moment where like Hiro like finally, you know, gets like a good position where he can, you know, get Gammamon away from him, and he just really fucking yeets the boy. He just throws him as hard as he can against the wall, and it's like, yeah, he knows Gammamon's pretty sturdy. He's seen him take some hits. It's fine.
He does some things to Gammamon in this episode. You know, if I get it though. But I didn't like to see it.
Yeah. For sure.
Pretty funny to see a little guy get yeeted though.
It is kind of though.
It's, yeah.
It's like, oh, it's so bad, but also, he's so funny.
He really just chucked him.
It's like, this bitch empty, yeet.
Fuck.
This bitch insect, yeet.
It turns out Hiro hates bugs. I guess no perfect character exists. Very sad.
Damn.
No, he like bugs.
I can forgive the eating of the child, but I draw the line at hating insects.
Didn't he like bugs in the other episode with the bugs? With the spider? He was like, oh, I want to go because I'm a big nerd.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I guess he just doesn't like bugs that are actively trying to kill him.
Fair.
Discrimination. He's choosing his favorite bugs.
You know what? I'm the same way. I wouldn't want a bug to actively kill me either.
Valid.
Wow, I can't believe we have to cancel more.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm going to be canceled for this take. I'm sorry.
All bugs are valid.
I will look at them from far away, but if a bug's trying to kill me, it's not in my space, please.
Of course, I can easily say I am not afraid of bugs, because as far as I know, there are no deadly bugs anywhere near me.
God.
Yeah. So if you were Angoramon's roommate in this episode, though, there would be a deadly bug near you.
Only if I play this specific piano.
Yeah.
True. So Ruli's playing her piano, which is apparently an electric keyboard piano because, you know, it's got like the little LCD screen, and that's also doing particle effects. And then Goramon accidentally breathes it in, and then oh no, he's Bug.
He's Bug. He does better at not attacking than Jellymon and Gammamon.
Yeah. But Bug mode and Goramon is still really, really good. Like, all the Bug modes are very good just because, like, the characters are, like, just, like, their posture and movement is so different. You can really, they really put in the effort of making them look fucked up, and it's good.
And Goramon's, like, ears are, like, another, like, limbs, so it looks like he has, like, 6 limbs when he's crawling around, and, like, it's great.
It had that vibe of when in horror movies people get possessed and they like move their limbs in ways that definitely hurt them.
Yeah, like, or they like crab walk and stuff.
That's what it felt like to look at these Digimon bugified, and very sad for them, but oh, it looked so cool.
It's like kind of fucked up. Like,
it is very fucked up. But you love to see it.
True.
So Angoramon, like, chases Ruli out onto the roof and sort of corners her, but then Clockmon steps in and takes a swing at Angoramon and forces him to retreat before Yeah, and yeah, also Angoramon is like is seemingly like resisting the bugification better than Gennymon and Gammamon. He seems like slightly more lucid, even though he's acting all murdery.
He's like, get away from me, Ruli.
Yeah,
he's good.
Yeah, he really is all about protecting Ruli no matter what the situation. He's been like that since like the very beginning when he was introduced.
True.
It's great to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I think the next scene they're talking to Clockmon again and saying how all their friends are bugs now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and did anyone else write a super fun Return of the Mummymon? Or is that just me?
No, what's the pun?
The pun is Return of the Mummymon.
Return. Okay. Like
that's all I did. Yeah. But I was so happy to see him. Thank you for ruining my self-esteem, Morg. It's true. I am not as funny as I think I am.
No, I'm laughing at the joke. I just didn't understand it first for some reason. That's why I'm laughing. Yeah, because they're like, oh, they have some kind of weird bug illness. We need a Digimon doctor because a human doctor won't do shit. And Hero's like, hey, we know a Digimon doctor. Let's go see fucking Mummymon. And they do. Yeah. Mummimon's like, I don't know if I can help you without a fucking patient here, but
yeah,
okay.
It would be good if the other two were like, damn, too bad we've never met a Digimon doctor. And yeah, there's no way that Hero knows a doctor in the 2 episodes he had before he met Ruli.
Really eating cereal. There's no way there's a Digimon doctor.
And it's like every single person that Hero has fought in the beginning, it's like, and remember this, because we will use this person later. It'll be relevant again.
But also just like random other things are relevant, as we'll see later with Gammamon.
Yeah.
Which is great. I'm like, yes! But
yeah, we get callbacks this episode. We get returning minor characters. It's fun.
It's so much fun.
I love seeing Mummymon again. I remember that guy.
I love how he's like, this might be the last time you see your friend. But he's like trying to be nice about it, but he's also menacing.
He's still being a huge freak. I love it.
I love that when we watched his episode, we were like, these people are definitely dead. Ha 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 ha. Knowing what we know now, I think those people are definitely dead.
Quite possibly.
We went from joking to this show definitely is killing people, but I'm glad, once again, he also said, you know what, I'd rather be on Hero's good side. I don't want trouble with this kid. It's gonna be bad for me in the long run.
Yeah.
So
so yeah, they have to go out and find their little buddies. They're all looking around, calling out for their friends, but no luck.
They're all like like in the shadows for all of them.
Yeah, they just miss him.
Yeah, we see Ruli talking to Repamon in the bamboo forest. I point and look, and I'm pointing at another guy I know. Kyoshiro is just like in an alley and he looks in a trash can like, wow, Kyoshiro, you think your GF is trash?
He's right.
We see
he's correct.
No, she's not trash, because we see her crawling through a sewer.
Oh, she's shit. She's shit, but even better. She thinks she's the shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's also true. You can be both.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that, like, they still, like, have their personalities kinda as the bugs, because, like, Hero also is looking for Gammamon at the candy store and stuff, and they're like, maybe we'll find him here, and he's, like, nearby.
Yeah. Up in a tree, looking at the candy store.
Menacingly. And then it's like night again, and Clockmon catches another Digimon that's going freaky crazy.
Yeah, a Mummymon, I believe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he notices near the Mummymon that, like, some satellite, like, dishes have, like, some red shit coming out. Like, he's finally putting together, like, this red haze that we've seen for the other Digimon. He's, like, staying away from it, because he's like, I think this might be the issue.
Yeah, and he's like, that moon's a lot redder than I remember it being. Strange. Sus. Very sus.
I was like, oh, it's Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Red Moon. That's what I thought until they started talking about it. I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on with this moon fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
That's normal, right?
Yeah. So he collects a sample of this particle stuff because, yeah, apparently this is like not just a light show. This is like actual like particles coming out of the screens and the satellites. So he gets a little Ziploc bag and brings it to Mummymon. And Mummymon is like, oh, this looks like Morphomon scales. This might be what's driving everyone crazy. Although I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I would never do that as a doctor.
I love that he's all like dressed up like a doctor. Like if you were like...
little mask.
They got the masks, they got the lab goggles. They're not breathing that shit in.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you're treating it like a bloodborne illness, because it is essentially for Digimon. We like
I also wrote
lab
down,
safety.
Mummymon holding up the red scales, being like, this color is bad. So I guess Mummymon is also an empath, but he doesn't want to say it out loud because he's a doctor, and it's not scientific.
Yeah. Exactly. Then night is falling, and that means the bugs are gonna be more active, so the kids are all prepared to defend themselves. Kyoshiro got just like a shield made out of a sheet of cardboard. Great thinking, my dude. And also some bug spray. Ruli has a field hockey stick, and Hiro has a skillet. So
Ruli,
they all get attacked by their Digimon.
Why is Ruli outside? Ruli just chose her battlefield, took her hockey stick, and was like, this is gonna be a showdown. She's always so ready to just fight. I love that about her.
Yeah, so while we see Hiro tussling with Gammamon says, human stop. So that's something we'll remember for later. In the fight, Gammamon gets thrown again, and he lands on Hiro's spice rack and breathes in some pepper, and starts sneezing, and then Hiro fucking remembers what Gammamon's one weakness is.
Spicy!
It's spicy.
Yeah, and
He's scared. It makes him scared.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. What if... I don't know if this will happen, but what if in the future Gulu's Gammamon comes out again and he has to put spicy on Gulu's Gammamon's face to bring out the fucking Gammamon inside him?
Oh my god.
That would be very funny to me.
Tricking Gulu's Gammamon. Just tricking him into eating something. It's like, haha, that was a spicy thing.
Yes. It's very... I love the idea of that. Anyway, back to this.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to draw out the episode too long, but here's a fun game for our listeners if you go on our Discord. Based on the items you have in your kitchen right now, how well could you defend yourself against an attacking Gammamon?
Why does Hiro have an entire spice rack in his room?
He loves spice, man. He loves his spice. He made like a red chili paste shit for like his ramen. He obviously loves his spice.
I don't know what other people's dorm situation is like, but I didn't keep that shit in my room.
I had a little like fridge. Like I don't know.
I just kept it in a closet in the communal kitchen. I didn't give a shit.
Fair.
I love that. I love that when Hiro is brandishing the chili sauce, he's like fucking shouting. You know, he's like shouting about it like it's a special, attack.
It is. It's his special attack.
This is the special chili sauce I made to use to put in my ramen.
And then he just like shoves it in Gammamon's mouth, and then he starts like squirting all this like spicy stuff. At least one of them's a Tabasco sauce. I don't know what the other two things were, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
mustard?
Like some wasabi and some spicy mustard.
Yeah, wasabi.
He looks
that
so
would make
sad
sense.
once he comes back to himself, and he's like covered in all the different condiments, and he looks so sad. But it's the best. It's the best still of this entire episode.
I like that Hero's like, I'm so sorry, Gammamon, for having to do this. And then he just shoves it in it's great. And
Gammamon is cured. That fixed him.
It fucking fixed him. He's just rolling around like he's on fire. Stop, drop, and roll. His eyes are back to normal. The little like antenna pop out of his head, and he's just like crying about it, and his like tongue is out, and
so sad.
He looks ridiculous, and like Hiro gives him a water bottle because he looks so fucking sad about it.
So the first time I watched this, I was like, okay, I don't know why the spicy food cured Gammamon's bug mode, but I'm willing to go with it. Then the second time I realized that, oh, this actually makes sense.
Yeah, Gammamon doesn't like spicy food. He wants sweets.
Yeah, no.
I'm convinced that Hiro eats only spicy food to make sure that he actually has a meal. Gammamon doesn't steal all his food.
But here's the thing, like, so we know that they go bug mode when they, breathe in the Morphomon scales.
Yeah.
So I think eating all the spicy sauce must have just flushed out his sinuses and gotten rid of the scales.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, yeah.
I was just thinking because I was like, oh, he doesn't like that spicy, and so it like snapped him out of it. But like, yeah, that makes sense too.
Proof that spices are good for you. I can assure you that when I go out and eat spicy food, I also feel cleansed the day after.
My nose ends up running. I feel like a fucking
idiot. I'm always crying when I eat spicy food. I like it, but I always cry.
Me too. I can only eat so much of it. I've got white people disease.
I was just about to tell. How can you tell I'm white? Oh.
I've got also podcaster disease, which is tummy troubles, so that doesn't help. But
I don't believe in people who don't have stomach issues.
You're all lying.
They're all lying. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. Gammamon is I wrote down Gammamon has one brain cell.
So true.
Because Hiro is like, those things you said, why did you say them? And Gammamon, in his absolute wisdom, says, just because I wanted to.
And he's like, I felt like it.
And you know what? He's not wrong. That is exactly
I felt like it.
That is exactly what happened. He felt it, and he did it.
Yeah.
He could have said it better. But Hiro's a smart boy. He has multiple brain cells, so he'll get there.
He'll get there.
He realize that he or Shiro's in trouble too. I think they hear him yelling or something, and they're like, Jellymon's here probably. Gotta go save him from his GF.
I guess they also assume that he's losing the fight.
And they're right.
Of course they're right.
Yeah, he has been totally pinned down by Jellymon's tentacles. Again, this doesn't seem much worse than just a regular day with Jellymon.
For real, though. Maybe slightly more aggressive than usual, but, pretty on
only
brand.
Slightly. Maybe 10, 20%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Gammamon digivolves to, fucking Bittle Gammamon. And gets her away, and she, like, escapes again through the wall, I think. And,
and I think we also get Jellymon saying, "I'm scared."
Yes.
Very out of character for Jellymon.
She would never.
She would never admit this.
She would never.
She also says, "Human, stop." Instead of saying "darling, stop." She would never say darling. She would never not say darling.
Exactly.
Exactly. All these red flags.
So, you know, and Gammamon is attacking Ruli, totally breaks her field hockey stick, but it's fine. She's done with that hobby.
I think she literally said that also, like, before the fight. She's like,
yeah,
I remember this. I don't fucking need it anymore. But
yeah, and Gammamon once again being the most lucid,
being the
manages to be somewhat resisting the bug mode.
Ugh, I love how, like, determined he is. He's just like, I can't. No, I can't attack Ruli. I love her. Please.
Yeah, and he also says, "I don't know what happened to me, and it hurts. Help me."
And then he's like, "There's an emotion flooding into me. It hurts. And it sucks. Get away, Ruli." And, well, actually, he, like, eventually runs away, doesn't he?
Yeah. He
like, flies away.
And we get another rooftop meeting, I think, with everyone.
Yeah, then we see Clockmon again. Clockmon explains about the Morphomon scales. So then the gang does some really on-the-fly deductive work. They figure out, our Digimon have all been saying these things. These messages must be coming from Morphomon. That means Morphomon must be in trouble. And so...
And, like, captured by, like, a human, like, 'cause she's saying, like, "Human, stop." And they kind of realize, like, that the moon's fucked up, and that, like, all these Morphomon scales are, like, climbing the moon. And
Clockmon gets the job of narrator, and he says, "Oh, the moon's going red. Once it's completely red, all the scales will fall down and all the Digimon will go crazy." And it's like, Clockmon,
how do you know this? How do you know this, buddy?
Has this happened before? Is this a known issue? Is it a bug or a feature? You know, what's going on?
Well, we know it's a bug.
It's a bug.
Da-da-da-da-da. All right. But they were like, okay, how did this happen? Is there, like, a plane scattering it? No, I couldn't have done that. And then they're like, wait, satellites. The fucking satellite near the moon. And they, like, figure out which one it would be, because there's one that's, like, that passes over Japan every night that's, like, out of commission. And they're like, okay, it might have been put back online by whatever the Morphomon's doing. Kind of hand wavy, who cares? But
so Clockmon is just like, great, all we have to do is blow up the satellite then. And everyone's like, Clockmon, dude, that's in space.
I thought it was like, you made it, like, so you can unmake it.
You're like, motherfucker, humans made it. You take care of it.
And Gammamon's like, no problem, bro. I got this.
If you put it up there, why can't you take it down?
I get Clockmon's reasoning. You know what? He's not wrong.
He's right.
We could.
There's so much fucking space debris from us just, like, turning shit off and leaving it there, and it's like, why don't you take it down?
Take it down.
There's only one piece of trash I think we should be leaving in space. And it's Elon Musk, but let's move on. Gammamon's like, kaboom, I got a plan.
Yeah, Gammamon says, yeah, I'll fucking take out that satellite, I got this.
Wasn't Gammamon time.
Wasn't Gammamon, Shongi boy.
And Kyosho has to calculate has to calculate the angle and how far it's. This is. I love sci-fi movies. I love it.
Yeah.
I love how like
Yoshiro does some
disgruntled he is about it. Like he's just been kind of disgruntled off and on throughout the show. Like he was when like Hiro was like, "Come help me figure out what's fucking going on."
He misses his girlfriend. He's lonely.
He's so disgruntled without his girlfriend.
And with his girlfriend.
And with his girlfriend. So true. The old ball and chain. He's like, I have to like figure out where Morphomon is and where the fucking satellite is. I guess I'll do this. But then
The boy got his laptop. He does some triangulating.
He does some radial map tracking.
And he fucking projects like an HU, like a heads-up display.
Yeah!
Wes and Gammamon to aim with.
Yeah! I was like, oh! I wasn't sure if he was connected to Wiz and Gammamon somehow, but like, no, I think
cool.
it's just a display.
It's a hologram.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
it's cool.
Yeah.
Hologram ghosts, everything.
And while this is happening, Clockmon versus Jellymon and Angormon versus Ruli is just quietly happening in the background.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they're like, we'll take care of them. And, because Wiz and Gammamon has to, like, charge up, because he has this, like, new, like, this move we haven't seen before that's, like, a whole ass, like...
Yeah. I mean, we've seen the charge up for it before, but he never actually got to use this in his debut episode.
This is his
He
time
does
to
the one
shine.
where he stabs his tail into the ground and just, like, charges up energy.
Because we see the, like, word in the head thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we get Hiro calling out the name of the attack, Albion. And then, yeah, so Wes and Gammamon fucking shoots the the fucking satellite, and it looks sick as fuck.
It looks good.
And I say, oh no, Minerva! That's for all the Appmon watchers.
Okay.
One day that will be me. And I'll listen to this episode again and I'll be like, oh no.
I was gonna say, like, oh, he didn't hit the moon. Good for him. And then, yeah, like, it all the, like, red particles, like, that were crawling up the moon just kind of, like, dissipate, and, like, it spreads outwards, and they just, like, all, like, disappear. Like, nothing falls down, they just, like, they, like, blow up. I was like, what are these, nanobots? What's going on? Whatever. What's logic? Who cares?
Whatever.
It's too cool. Who cares?
The scales just dissipate when not connected to the internet, I guess.
Yeah. That kind of makes sense, because that's where she is. And they, like...
A piece of debris falls down. Wiz and Gammamon stops it. I don't know what's going on there. I try not to think about it, because it makes absolutely no sense.
Wiz and Gammamon just, like, slams his friends into the ground so they stop fighting. Yeah. It's pretty funny.
It's pretty good.
It's
Kyushiro fucking found where Morphomon's, like, where the origin point for all the scales were, and does this, like, just, like, cut right to it?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, we're in, like, the last minute or two of the episode, and we still have, like, a whole thing to resolve, and I'm like, there's no way they'll resolve all the stuff in this episode satisfyingly by the end. And guess what? I was eating cereal, and I spit it everywhere.
It's very funny.
I love this scientist. I hope you get to see her again. She's unhinged. There's something off about her.
Yeah.
You know, I am also an empath.
I'm, like, so intrigued by this character. We got this girl. She's a fucking sicko. She's, like, looking at, you know, Morphomon on her computer screen, and she's like, oh, what's this? Is it some sort of AI? Is it sentient? I wonder if it feels pain. Ha 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 ha. And wow, I kind of love her already.
Finally, people will have to respect me and not call me a fake scientist. Lady. Can't help.
Yeah, she does have a 4-monitor setup. It's not as many monitors as Shiro, so,
She's working on a budget. Like, she doesn't get any funding for her research.
Yeah.
Tragic. Because her research is staring at Morphemon, who is in pain.
It's just, like, trapping Morphemon and keeping her there and keeping her scared.
And, this character sort of feels like she has just enough of a character design that I'm kind of like, will she be a recurring character, or are we only going to see her once? Either way, I'm intrigued.
So I thought the exact same thing. I was like, there's enough here where I could imagine seeing her again, but I could also just imagine this being like a funny, crazy one-off little... But yeah, Clockmon shows up, and he's like, hey, fucker, let her go.
Yeah, just fucking, like, grabs the, fucking stack of hard drives that she has hooked up to her computer, and he just fucking yanks it out, and just like, this is mine now.
It was really funny. He just shows up, he takes it, he leaves. I'm sure this scientist will not take any further action.
I'm sure this scientist will not be like, what the hell was that thing that came into my room?
Yeah. God, I'm really marveling at the economy of storytelling. Just like, there is so much detail crammed into like just these few scenes that it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a resolution. I kind of get this like character's whole deal, even though she's only on screen for 4 seconds.
It's impressive.
It's good.
It's really good.
I was like, damn, I didn't think people could do that with like half-hour shows anymore, you know?
God, I fucking love when a show isn't longer than it has to be.
Yeah.
Perfect for my attention span.
I have ADHD. Give me that shit bite-sized.
And also things can go fast.
Everything is like prestige, so it has to be like an hour or whatever.
Yeah. Boo.
There's so many good shows out right now that take an hour, and I open the tab and I look at what I want to watch. I'm like, no, not doing it, not today.
Yeah, the 1 hour episode format really just does not jibe with me.
I think I would.
Maybe it's just because I don't really like a lot of, hallmarks of the prestige TV genre.
I also think I'm not the target audience.
I feel that way about, like, a lot of that stuff, but, like, I've heard of a lot of new ones that have come out that actually do extremely sound like my kind of thing, like that, like, Our Flag Means Death, Serverance.
I'm hearing good things about that one.
I really want to watch it, but I know that
it seems extremely gay.
Because I have no attention span left for it. I am binging a really old anime, just back to back, and I have the attention span for that, but not for something new.
I get it though. It's different. It's a different vibe because you're like, oh, it's a new episode, so I've gone farther in this where it's like, ugh.
And also I've already seen it, so if I fall asleep for 10 minutes, no problem.
Listen, watching 5 episodes of anime is like infinitely easier than watching a single 2-hour movie.
Anime
time works.
Anime time is different.
It is.
I still feel like I did in the time when you had to watch it in 3 parts on YouTube.
God.
And you could say, you know what, I'm gonna cram 3 whole episodes into this 40 minutes.
Fun fact, that's how I watch most Sonic X, because you can only ever find fucking the dub of Sonic X. So for the Sonic Shuffle, I look it up on fucking YouTube to watch the sub.
If you have Hulu, then
I do. I should watch it.
Yeah. Hulu has the sub and the dub, surprisingly.
That's a surprise.
So used to making use of the free services, you forget you're paying for something.
So true.
Yeah, so they get Morphemon out of the computer. Everything's fine.
Morphemon immediately
tries to
goes for a hug. It's just adorable.
Yeah, and Gammamon tries to apologize for Ruki for attacking her, but she fucking interrupts him with a hug, and she's like, "Hey, thanks for thanks for trying to protect me, and is very, very sweet. And Jellymon says what we've been thinking all episode. She says, wow, Kyoshiro, I wanted to attack you somewhat more than usual today.
And I was like, wow, we all called it. We all knew.
She's such a freak.
She's such a freak.
I love her. That's all I can say about it.
I love her.
It's good. It's so good.
So we get the line from Angoramon. He says, nobody knows what the future holds. Nevertheless, tomorrow will always come. Tonight is a clear, beautiful spring moon.
How deep.
That's the episode.
Good episode.
Good episode. Damn, that one kicked ass.
Truly amazing. How are we feeling about next week's episode?
Oh my God.
Technically, the episode. And I look forward to discussing it.
Yeah, episode 24 got some body horror in it, got some stuff going on.
Probably need some, like, trigger warnings.
We will definitely need some trigger warnings.
Which is not something I expected from a Digimon show. Even, like, a horror, like, kinda-ish one.
Yeah.
Like, this is a kid's, and it's like, oh.
I'm beginning to wonder what age this is going for, because
I would have watched this as, like, a teen.
I think everyone should be able to watch everything, but, like, really small children should maybe not be watching.
Yeah, maybe not, like, really young, no.
This is no longer, like, Pokemon levels.
Yeah.
This is a bit older than that.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Pokemon did kill Ash at one point. At multiple points.
I think Pokemon killed Ash at multiple points.
Yeah,
they start by electrocuting him. It's, you know.
The one I was thinking of was when he was taken out of his body by, like, a Gengar or something. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Everything Gengar does is good.
God, just thinking about that next episode, Jellymon really does have some fucking Pikachu energy when she electrocutes Kyoshiro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jellymon watched Pokemon and is like, oh, this is what you do?
This is how it works.
And she's right.
Jellymon watched the original Pikachu and was like, oh, this is how partners should interact. And then never went beyond, like, episode 3 or something.
I do love the idea of, like, Digimon watching Pokemon.
It's so good.
It's very good to me. I think...
Anyway.
Yeah, let's call this a podcast.
Let's call this a podcast. What is everyone's plugs?
Mine is still just my Twitter. It's just @Eriviru.
You can find me at Haunting the Morgue on Twitter. That's Haunting the MORG. You can also find me on Departure Lounge still exists, but my active podcasts are Sonic Shuffle, which I mentioned before, a random and holistic Sonic lore podcast. We just finished, I don't know if the episode's out yet, but we, like, finished Adventure 1. Yeah, I think it'll be out soon.
Yeah, I think that'll be next week.
Yep. I'm, like, thinking, yep. So stay tuned for that, because it's a good one. And then we're going to talk about 2 very soon.
Fuck yeah. SA2.
Which is the one I know the best. And then 444 ReZero, a ReZero Watch podcast, which... It is more active, but it has been on hiatus just due to life being fucking crazy right now for all 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. Listen to it. Follow me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emery.
All right, so I'm on For Affinity. My username there is Space Robot. I've drawn a lot of things without posting them lately. Maybe I should fucking do that. I don't know. I'm also on a podcast called Gone Will Hunting. I swear one of these days Devin is gonna upload all the audio files I need and we can start, like, actually editing and publishing shit. That would be great.
That'd be good.
And also we are in the midst of working on our new podcast, which is going to be called We Rate Queer Rate, a show about best bros and gal pals.
Oh my god. Oh, I love that concept.
And yeah, it's going to be a show where, the title says it all. We're going to be looking at, various media properties and discussing the obviously gay relationships which will never be fucking canonized.
Unless?
Unless.
Only joking. I vote unless.
I feel like there are a lot of those that are like, people are like, oh yeah, that's just canon. But even though they haven't said it in the show, it's like, yeah but it is.
Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about how Naruto and Sasuke romantically kiss. Just both married heterosexual women. Normal.
Good.
They live next to each other and they keep jumping over the fence.
They have like a very special relationship canonically.
Yeah.
This is a bond deeper than love. My friend, that's gay. That's gay. Anyway, I look forward to listening to that.
Yeah, I'm excited to get started on it. So yeah, look forward to news about that in the future. We don't know when exactly we'll be able to start recording and releasing that, but we're working on it. So yeah. So you can find this podcast on Twitter at DigiGhostGaze. We also have our Discord server linked in the show notes. Just fucking come say hi and tell us about what spicy stuff you got in your kitchen. Let's see how bad you have white person disease.
I should post mine.
And, this is a noisespace.xyz podcast. Go to noisespace.xyz and see just like the dozens of podcasts they have there on a wide range of topics with a wide range of really rad hosts.
Yeah.
It's good content.
Yeah.
Including me.
So I think that about does it for us. So until next time, all you poltergeist, ghouls, and non-boonaries,
Digimon is for the game.
Goodbye, darling.
Bye.
Bye.
It's dark tonight, there are creatures all around. Stuck all night in a haunted house, just outside of town. Digi-ghouls and digi-goblins hiding everywhere.